Welcome back to the Matrix. You're not just the Matrix, you are the Matrix. How's it feel, Neo? And today we got ourselves a banger. Daily market news analysis. What is up? What is up? How's everyone feeling out of 10? Let me know down in the comments down below. As of the time of recording, we got ourselves a banger. Bitcoin is currently sitting at $69,100, kind of meandering our way along here. We just made a video. We had some liquidity down here at 67K. We kind of swooped down and grabbed that. There's a little bit in here in the 66, 65K, and then a decent bit here at 60K. But most of the liquidity is to the upside. You can really see this. I have a better chart to kind of really illustrate this. Here, you can see like how much liquidity there is to the downside versus how much liquidity is realistically to the upside. But we talked about in previous bear markets how it goes. You can kind of see, even it's pretty common to test the same sort of range, even when FTX went to zero November 9th. On the 22nd, we did go slightly lower, so something like that would not be weird. But you can see you had a massive sell-off, equal by volume. The candle was almost equal here. Same thing happening right now. I'm not saying that, hey, we're never going lower ever again. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is I feel comfortable buying at these prices, and I bought some during this flash crash at 63K. You can see the exact same thing. Huge candle, bought back up, equal volume, crossed to the upside on the daily RSI after being the most oversold that we've been since the 2018 bear market bottom. Now, does that mean that we're never going to go lower ever again? No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that. But it means that I feel good about where we're at, and I feel like the probabilities may ever be in your favor. Right now, the fear and greed currently sitting at 11. Maximum extreme fear. I do feel like the capitulation event, one way or the other, has pretty much already happened. And I was going to show you this right here. Zero out of 30 top indicators are in. 0 of 30 top indicators are in as of the time of recording. Nothing too crazy on the volume today. 214 million was liquidated. We had 2.7 billion got liquidated the other day. Just the other day, I heard my drill sergeant say, hey, I did want to show you guys this chart, and then we'll get into you guys' questions, comments, concerns. This is Bitcoin and gold. We're pretty much at the bear market bottom here. And a lot of people are talking about, you know, I wanted to point this out from the tippity-dippity top to the tippity-dippity bottom here. This is about 76, 75% here. 75% correction. I want to show the tippity-dippity top of this chart to the tippity-dippity bottom of this chart is 68.8%. Okay. Does that mean that we're never going to go low ever again? No. But it means like, hey, this is a good price. That's what that means. That means the value is here. I feel good about accumulating these prices. Numbers are low of viewers. Another good sign. Yeah, 100%. 100% for sure. For sure. And I just posted this too, by the way. But Ski, you wrecked your followers, Ski. I sold my XRP and bought land January 2025. January 25th, 2025. Obviously, I had to edit the video. Let's just check on the price of XRP. And by the way, Bitcoin and XRP are the biggest portions of my portfolio. Said that all along. I feel good about buying XRP at these prices as well. I bought some XRP at the average price of $1.20 during this last little crash here. So there you go. What is that price? $3.29 was the 25th, the 28th. Yeah, bro, like 336 was the day. that I uploaded that video. Oh my god, people are insane. Again, up. We're just talking about this right here. People don't have any accountability. XRP and Bitcoin were the biggest portions of my portfolio. And I publicly sold Bitcoin at 118. I wish I would have sold more. I publicly sold XRP at $3.33. I wish I would have sold more. But I'm buying XRP and Bitcoin at these prices for sure. Go Bitcoin. People need to learn to create their own thesis and take responsibility for themselves. I agree. And then my whole thing is like, I'm fine if you're mad about certain different coins. Like we put it out, the list of coins you got a right to be upset about. You got a legitimate gripe. But there's a whole host of coins that's like, if you're crying about these coins, you're lying. You're disingenuous. Here's the list. If you're down on Arrow, Ondo, Pendle, Cash, Silver, XRP, Bitcoin, LCX, Pudgy, Landwolf, Soba, Sui, I'm sure that there are others. And you're blaming me, you're a liar and a hoe. Because all of these I called as a top, except for Bitcoin. I thought we were going to the 2618, but I publicly had the target of 118 at 74K publicly and at 20K. Both. If you're down on Solnic, Link, VeChain, Rose, Dynex, Flux, you have a legitimate gripe because I was and am bullish on those. But all of these I called as tops. All of them. Long Bitcoin or short? Bitcoin could grab the liquidity at 66. But generally, like, I think the major capitulation event has already happened, and I think it's more likely that we at least test that 80K range. That's what we need to go to confirm as a spring as in. The history of the springs takes us about 7 to 64 days. So that would be somewhere time by the end of February to mid-April. Would say we would test this range in here. And now in order to claim it as a spring, we have to come up and hold it. But either way, we should be testing up there, I would imagine, between 7 and, 7 and, he says 10 out of 10. Let's go. So yeah. Either way, left, right, up, down, sideways, circles, doesn't matter. Every single day. I'm currently seeing it. Every single day. We're trading in the Telegram. And here's the month of February so far. We're killing it. Killing them softly. Killing them softly. We're running a Valentine's Day sale right now. If you want lifetime access to the Telegram group, I live trade in there. It is not fun. It's not entertaining. I call out my thoughts, what I'm thinking, when I'm thinking it, why I'm thinking it, so you guys can get the best entries. So if you guys are interested in that, you can hit me in the DMs. But with that, technical analysis on Bitcoin doesn't matter. I would agree, except for the last bear market, I bought the average price of Bitcoin of $22,000, and I sold at $118,000. Now, the thing that threw me for a loop was 126. But here, I was very cautious around Bitcoin at 118. This 126K move threw me for a loop. In hindsight, like, we can look back 2020 and say, hey, that's what happened. I thought we were going to the 2618. But I did take profit at 118,000, and I did have that exit target at 20K. So where did I get $118,000 from? At 20K. And again, publicly at 74K when I called the bottom, right? Publicly called the bottom. Bottom's in April 7th, 2025, when Bitcoin was at 24K. Where did I get that number? And not only did I get the number, but like I said that we would go to 118 and back to 100 and back to 70K after 118K. Now I moved off of this, but I said both would happen. I believe both will eventually happen, but 118K first at 74K. So it matters a little bit. It matters a little bit. It matters some, for sure. And I get it. There's a major gap between people who draw trend lines and people who know actually how to do real technical analysis. There's a major, major, major gap there. I get that. I understand. I understand that. Future trading Bitcoin is gambling. I'm not future trading Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the biggest portion of my portfolio by a mile. Bitcoin is a bigger portion of my portfolio than land, real estate. I'm not future trading Bitcoin. Where did you get that idea? Says shave the beard. I'll shave the beard if Bitcoin gets a daily body below 50K. How's the Russell fractal looking? Okay, here's my thesis. I'm going to be pissed / excited. If, once again, I have a bad habit, if you follow me for any amount of time, I have a terrible habit of being correct about structure, being correct about what is important, but being incorrect about time and moving off of it. I've done that. If I've done that once, I've done it 76 times. I've called the exact structure of exactly what is going to happen. Like this, back April 7th at 74K, I said we would go to 118K and then back to 70K. I have a terrible habit. What in the world? I have a terrible habit of picking out the exact structure and then moving off of it and having the wrong timing. So, the hilarious thing that will piss me off and make me happy is if gold and silver have topped, like I think that they have. I think it's undeniable that silver has topped. And the Russell continues to break out into price discovery. Now, there's nothing really to report on this fractal until it deviates and makes either a lower low or a new all-time high. But we're very, very close. We're at 266. The all-time high is 271. Okay, very, very close here. This is technically the second highest body candle ever. And we had a wick up here to 271. Nothing really to report until we make a new all-time high, which we're right there, or until we break structure and break this trend here, which we have not. However, this fractal would have us in the buying climax, which is what I've talked about being when things absolutely heat up around late March. And I have talked about the last lunar eclipse until 2029 is March 3rd. So we're about 20 days away from the last lunar eclipse until 2029. I think that's a massive, 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 massive deal. What's the Valentine's special? Lifetime access to the Telegram group. What's your advice, long or short? I'm not giving advice on longing or shorting. I can tell you that I look for the same exact thing every single day in the charts. A relief rally is still on the table. Yeah, but I think that mostly... Why has Glenn got beef with you? I don't know anything about Glenn. I don't care about Glenn. Me and Glenn are not in the same class. Okay? We're not peers. He's like little bro. He can have beef with me all he wants. I don't have beef with him. I have apathy for him. They told me in my Telegram though that he spent his entire live stream talking about me, and I just me as a grown-ass man, I cannot comprehend the idea of making my entire show about another grown-ass man. Couldn't be me. All good, though. Yeah, we're not peers. We're not in the same class. I don't think about other grown-ass men. I tell you that much. How much confluence are you using with your 25x leverage longs? I'm using 20x longs. How's Solnick doing? I bought some Solnick today. What up, cuh? Can you put your diss on Ledger? Yes, you can. The Goat Ski. What's up, bro? I appreciate you. He's going to shave his head if Bitcoin goes to 50K. Daily body. Yes, I will. I'll do it live just like I did my beard. Do you trade Blowfin or something else? No, you trade on BitUnix. Referral link. Do you think we'll chop till the lunar eclipse? Probably. We could grab the liquidity at 66K. But generally, yeah. I don't even know that we're going to make a new low. I'm just like, I have my eyeballs on that date. As like so the eclipse is the 3rd, so like the 10th of March, I'm like, ooh, okay. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense or not. Are we cooked? Nah, bro, we're good. V-Chain's still a good ply. Who the F is Glenn? Yeah, it's somebody who bought followers and then made his whole entire live stream about me. That I guess. I don't know. I don't care. Are we cooked? How do we jump at your Valentine's special? Please hit me in the DMs. Yo, I honestly don't believe you. Don't know who Benjamin Cohen. I'm sure I know of him. Listen, here's the deal. I don't watch other people's stuff. The only person who I like, I'll give you. Listen, here's the deal. I'll be honest, transparent. There's 2 people that when they talk, I listen. That's it. And I will consider my points if they are against mine. And I will think very objectively about, do I have a blind spot here? That's it. 2 people. BCB, Waters Above. End of list. So I'm sure I know who Benjamin, I'm sure I know of him, but I don't watch his stuff. Ben 50K by the end of 2026 is easy. We're probably going to 45, 46K. I hope so. Because my average price in the last bear market of 22K is kind of too low. You know what I'm saying? I hope so. Do you see Bitcoin hitting a new all-time high this year? Probably. Probably. Damn, definitely not buying yet then. No, I bought some at 63K on this last crash. I bought some Bitcoin. Listen, here's the deal. My average price the last bear market was 22K. Okay? This is how I feel about it. Genuinely how I feel about the price right now. Just like I felt in this whole area. Can I guarantee you that we're never going to go lower? No, I can't. But was 18K, 19K, 21K, was it a good price? I think so. That's how I feel about it. I feel comfortable buying at these levels just like I did last time around. Now, I'll say this. Once we get into about March 10th, if we're still at these prices, I'm going to start being aggressive about buying at these levels. Right now, I'm kind of passively like, you know, making some buys here and there. If we get a big dip, I'll make some more. If we start accumulating, I'll start accumulating. Once we get past March 10th or so, I'm going to start being aggressive about my accumulation, especially if we're at the same year or at the same price. I think Bitcoin will underperform this year. It's a horse year. Maybe. I don't know what the Chinese Zodiac says about Bitcoin, to be honest with you. I only listen to Jesus and my mom. It's a solid list. Is VeChain still good? I think so. March 10th. I'm not waiting for the end, but this is my investment thesis right now. I've already bought some. I bought XRP on the last crash around $1.20. After I publicly sold, you guys are like, oh, he's cherry picking. Like, okay, bro. You wrecked your followers, ski. January 25th. I bought. This is when I uploaded the video. So obviously, I sold before then. I bought XRP, or I sold XRP and bought land. Let's check on the price of XRP January 25th or around that time. Shall we? Was it the absolute top? Nope. But it was pretty damn close. Come on now. That's where Ski sold his XRP. Publicly. XRP and Bitcoin were the largest portions of my portfolio. Still. I won't buy until October. There's another 40% drop. Yeah, you and everybody else is saying that. That is the chant. That's the chant. October's the bottom. That's the chant from all of retail right now. Like, you are the 3,782nd person that I've heard say that the bottom's in October. And I'm sure, just like last bear market bottom, I'm sure, like everyone was chanting, we're going to 12K, we're going to 10K. I'm sure you guys are all right. Just like retail is always right. Link, Solnick. Listen, I'm still bullish on both of those. I bought some Solnick the other day. I'll probably be buying some more. I'm not bearish on LCX, HBAR, XYO. None of those. No. I'm bullish on all of those. They're all holds. Just because retail, like, literally, like, I'm so serious. 80% of people are chanting that we're, like, it's almost like they're chanting it. We're going below 50K and it's going to be October's going to be the bottom. We got another 50% drop from now. Like, they're just chanting it in unison. Here's my prediction. We're going to be at an all-time high in October. And people are going to FOMO in. How about that? That's my prediction. There's too many people chanting it together in unison that October is the bottom. Nope. It's not happening. I don't know that for a guarantee, but I just know that retail is never right. That's what I know for a guarantee. And I've seen 76,000 people say the exact same thing, that October's the bottom and we're going below 50K. So we'll see. I have no idea why they think this. They just all collectively woke up one day and was like 50K, below 50K, October bottom. I don't know why. I don't know where that information came from. But just one day, everyone woke up collectively, like the collective consciousness of retail, just like they did last bear market. And they were saying collectively that we're going to 12K, we're going to 12K. There ain't no other way. They just all collectively woke up one day and started saying the same thing. I hope they're right, by the way, because then I can get my price down a little bit more. And I can accumulate some more. I hope they're right. Do you hold Arbitrum? I do not. See you at 40K. You already saw me there last time. You saw me at 20K, 22K average price for Bitcoin the last bear market. That was my average price on Bitcoin. You already saw me at 40K. I actually stopped buying at 40K. I stopped buying around here at 36K, actually, was when I stopped buying Bitcoin aggressively. Still bullish on Crow? I'm still bullish on Co. 60K is where most miners break even, which is why so much support. Yeah, and listen, that is the most logical thing that anyone has said all night. Look, I don't know if you guys see this. This is the highest volume. Look at the buy volume and the sell volume. What does that tell you? Okay, it tells you liquidations happened here, and immediate support and buyers stepped in at this level. Okay, we're gonna zoom out and show you, because I have, okay, you can see my dotted line here. Well, look, we're gonna show you. See how it's more than all of this. All of this. All of the buy volume is more than all of this since the Japan rate cut fiasco. That was the most volume. Buy volume and sell volume that we had since the Japan rate cut fiasco. I don't care about no October. Like, that's such a... Like, where do people get that? Why did people wake up one day and just everyone started chanting that collectively together? Like, where did that come from? Can you get Solnick to 5 billion market cap this bull market or the next? Save us, Ski! They want you out. That's, I believe. $40K is possible? It sure is. I agree, it's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Is it likely, though? Should you build your investment thesis around it? I don't think so. If you want to have some stank bids down there, sure. Have some limit orders at 40K. Right? If you think it's going to go there, like, put some limit orders there. And then you could have what's called a stank bid. Because if it goes there, it's not going to live there. I promise you that. But you shouldn't build your investment thesis around that. I doubt we ever go below 50K, personally, if we're lucky enough to get there. If that wasn't already it. So what I'm personally doing, and I bought the average price of $22,000 in the last bear market. I bought some at 63K during this flash crash. Okay. I'm hoping to accumulate under about 65K. If we get to March 10th and we're still at the same price, I'm going to start aggressively accumulating. That's my investment thesis. You do whatever you want. But I've been around this game. Listen, here's my history in crypto. I've been in crypto since 2014. Okay? I wasn't serious about it. I was an idiot kid who didn't know anything about anything. Okay? I got serious about crypto in 2016. And I bought some, and I made a lot of money, and I lost a lot of money. And I bought the absolute top in 2017. Okay? The absolute tippity-dippity top of 2017, I bought. I bought that. I'm down on Dash to this day. I bought EOS or Dash at the very, very top of 2017. Okay? So all the mistakes I'm telling you guys, I made them. I did it. But the difference between me and my peers and my friends is when we went down, I did not get shiny object syndrome. I didn't start thinking about drop shipping or whatever the hell. I doubled down and really worked on my craft and built my investment thesis. I started buying over here at 6,000. Guess what? Got wrecked. I bought all of this. Okay? And then I sold the average price in 2021 around 50K. Did I sell the absolute top? No, I didn't. But I sold the average price after accumulating in the 2018 bear market around 50K. And then I bought back the average price in 2022 of 22K. I bought some over here. I took some stabs at 30K. I started buying aggressively at Luna. And then after FTX, I was certain that the bottom was in. I have video evidence of this. I was certain after the FTX collapse, that's when I started betting my mustache, because I didn't even have a beard back then, that we would never go lower. And we didn't. That's my history. So I sold some Bitcoin. I wish I would have sold more, right? I wish I would have sold more, but I gave the price at $20,000 of $118,000. Anybody who did a portfolio review with me got the exit price of $118,000 on everything, on my mama. If you did a portfolio review anytime through here, you got the exit price of $118,000. That was one of the targets, to take whatever percentage fit your needs. So I took some profit at 118. I wish I would have sold more. Duh. Hindsight. Wish I would have sold more. I sold XRP January 25th. I sold XRP and bought land. Same thing. I had the average price of 30 cents. The video, literal video evidence. And if like we go on YouTube and look at the comments, it's hilarious. People were clowning me. So listen, I don't get everything right. I don't get 100% of things right, but listen, I'm in the right flavor. And I built my investment thesis, and I have my investment thesis now, and I'm following through with it. That's what I should have done more of in the bull market. Thank you for the $2 donation. The Web, appreciate you.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Ski, can you take a look at ADA, please? Listen, ADA is one of the ones. My targets haven't changed. It just hasn't done what I thought it was going to do yet. But I think that ADA is a good long-term hold for sure. There's nothing that's different about ADA other than it just didn't go like I thought it was going to. Do you think alts will depeg if Bitcoin goes below 40K? I don't know. Ethereum bottomed in June of 2022, and Bitcoin bottomed in November. So that's kind of a narrative that altcoins went lower after Bitcoin bottomed, but that's not really true. That's not based in reality. Ethereum bottomed in June, Bitcoin bottomed in November. And a lot of coins, not all of them, some coins bottomed in November. Some of them bottomed in January, but a lot of them bottomed in in June. Like a 70-80% of altcoins actually bottomed in June of 2022. Like XRP bottomed, Ethereum bottomed, Quant bottomed. I'm pretty sure HBAR bottomed. There was a lot of coins that bottomed in June. Some of them bottomed in November. Some of them bottomed in January. But most bottomed in June. And then, like, when we look at Ethereum too, this is one thing that makes me really bullish too, is looking at this trend that's been at play since 2022 and how violently we have bounced off of that. This kind of really reminds me, man, this April crash here versus what just happened. Ethereum is significantly higher than it was in April. So this is the April tariff crash. I'm going to show you from wick to wick. %. Ethereum is 24% higher from wick to wick. Okay, let's look at the Luna collapse versus the FTX collapse. %22 higher. This is something. Listen, I'm not saying that it's 1-to-1, but that's something. Bitcoin's lower just like it was. Ethereum is higher. That's something. We'll find out in a year what it is. But that is something. What's behind March 10th date? Nothing really. March 3rd is the last lunar eclipse. There can be some nonsense before and after, a few days before, a few days after. So it's like that kind of like wipes any of the volatility of the few days after. So that's the last lunar eclipse until 2029, which I've said since 2022 I think is the big one. Why can't we go to 38? We can. Sure. You can go there. I'm not building my investment thesis around that. Is this recorded? No. I mean, it is. So ADA will 10x from these prices? I think that's super plausible. IOTA good. Yeah. I saw, dude. Sold a 1K. Still holding Solnick. I'd rather buy Solnick than Sol, to be honest. So, so what you're trying to say, what is something? It's something for sure. My ETH entry was 1755. My man sniped the bottom. Bro. That's crazy that you got that entry. Dude, I'm pumped for you. The bottom was, the local bottom at least, was 1741, and bro got the entry of 1755. That's a crazy snipe. Yes, the trend line. Yes, this has been at play. That's what I'm talking about. It's been at play since 2022. You can see that we bounced violently off of that. It doesn't mean that we won't test it again, but I think it's something for sure. Logan, what I'm saying is I don't want to be too bullish here and too moon boyish, but when I say it's something, it's like I am insinuating that this is what happened in 2022. Bitcoin went lower and Ethereum made a higher low, the same exact percentage. I'm not guaranteeing that that's what happened here. I'm not betting my life savings on it or whatever, but there's a reasonable chance to infer based off of how Bitcoin is behaving, based off of how Ethereum is behaving. that might be the case. Okay, build your own investment thesis. I'm just a guy in my basement, you know, do whatever your rent can handle. But I think there's a decent chance that Ethereum has already bottomed. I'm not guaranteeing it. ETH might catch 20K this year. What's my Bitcoin bull targets? 250. Top 5 coins you're buying right now. Bitcoin, XRP. I'm buying Solnic every week. And then, you know, there's a couple. Like, I think Link's a good play here. Ethereum, VeChain, ADA, like those are all like good plays for sure. I'm mostly buying Bitcoin, XRP, the big three. Same, Nick. They have not changed. Dr. Dis is a high reward play. Yeah, high risk, high reward. I'm buying Dr. Dis as well. But that's a high risk, high reward play. Do what your rent can handle. Sol at 50-30 would be fun. That would be fun. I hope so. I hope so. 250K this year. Here's my Bitcoin targets. Okay. I have 4. Okay. I'm going to give you my targets just like I gave you in 2022. I gave you a 118K target in 2022. On my mama. On everything, bro. On everything. I gave you 118K in 2022. Okay. On everything. All right. 100K. Target number 1. 160. Target number 2. 230. Target number 3. 295. Target number 4. That's where I'll be exiting. Is $50 a good? Yes, for sure. That's what I started with. Is Bitcoin going to 80K this week? Probably not. Possible though. This year, bro, I think so. I think it's way more likely that Bitcoin's at an all-time high in October than these 40K calls. I don't care about the year, though, to be honest. Listen, here's what I suck at. Transparently, honestly, I suck at time. I am awesome at structure and numbers. Okay, hear me again. I suck at time. I am awesome at structure and numbers. Okay? Example, Exhibit A. I sold XRP and bought land January 2025. Exhibit B. I called the bottom, a local bottom, April 7th, 2025. Bitcoin was at $74,000. Jeremy, shout out to Jeremy, said, put your beard on it. And I said, I think both 70K and 118 will eventually happen, but 118K will happen first. April 7th at 74K, I said that Bitcoin would go to 118K and then come back to 70K. Receipts. Okay? I'm awesome at structure and numbers. I'm terrible at time. All right? Just don't pay attention to what I say for time. Just pay attention to the structure and the numbers. All right? What's your advice through a starter doing Bitcoin? Just buy a little bit every week and forget about it. That's the best advice. Did you and ETH make up? Yeah. Listen, ETH's made me a lot of money. Okay. This is my month of February. Longing Ethereum. Plus 5K, plus 1K, plus $285, plus 3.8K, plus 6K, plus 9.5K. Me and ETH made up. Okay. We're good now. I'm longing Ethereum every single day. So we're good. And if you guys want to trade with me, there's a Valentine's Day sale going on right now. If you want to get lifetime access to the Telegram, one-time payment, you can hit me in the DMs for that. $140K this year. Liquidity is coming. I agree. When you long ETH, is it market or limit? I'm scalping. It's better to do limit orders, but I'm not doing that. I do market orders because I try to get in and out. Generally, my trades are between 30 minutes and 2 hours. Mostly an hour is what I do. It's pretty easy to say it'll go up or down eventually. Sure. But when everyone is screaming down and that we're going lower, everybody was saying we were going lower than 74K. I said on the day the bottom is in and we were going to the specific number of $118,000. And I thought that we would come back to 70K. So sure. Is it easy to say, yes, we'll go up or down eventually? Yes. Everybody was saying we were going lower April. Everybody. Nobody was bullish in April. So sure. $63 at the bottom this time around. We went to 59.9. I don't know that. This is what I'll say about 59.9. Okay? Here's what I'll say. Let me be very transparent. And let me just take you through how the last bear market went for me. I accumulated Bitcoin at the average price of $22,000 in the last bear market. That happened. IRL. And then I sold a little bit. I should have sold more transparently. But I sold some of my Bitcoin at $118,000. That happened. Okay. Here's how I feel about 59.9. Can I guarantee you that we'll never go lower ever again? No. But do I think that we're in this range here? As in, maybe you're buying 18K and we went to 15.5. Maybe you're buying 17K and we went to 15.5. Maybe you're buying 16K and we went to 15.5. Maybe you're buying 22K and we went to 15.5. Yeah. So here's what I did the last bear market. I bought some here on this dip at 30K. I bought some here at 18K. I bought some here, 19K, 16K, 20K. I stopped buying around 38K. That's what happened. So can I guarantee you that we'll never wick lower? No, I cannot do that. But do I personally feel comfortable about buying these prices? Yes, I do. And I bought some at 63K. It's all based on trend line. It's not. Literally none of it is based on trend line. Here's what I know, Chad. I know that I'm paying capital gains taxes in 2025. And I bought XRP around the average price of 30 cents, and I sold January 25th at $3.33. Well, I made the video. I technically sold before then. But I sold at $3.33. I know that I'm paying capital gains taxes this year. That's what I know. You only do that if you profit. Some people are saying 40K. Great. Last time they were saying 12K. Last time they were saying 10K. Let me tell you what will probably never happen. You let me know. Listen, Sean, I'm not even joking. I want you to pay attention. If they start getting louder and louder, you let me know. I want you to report to me. If the 40K numbers start getting louder and louder, I want you to report. Because then I can tell you what will never be happening. Because last time, that's all they talked about was 12K. 12K, 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 12K. They were chanting it in unison. They said 12K, ain't no other way. I'm going to wait one more dip, and then I'm going to buy. And guess what? Never happened. The bear market came, the bear market left, and they never bought. They never accumulated. It happens every time. Ski silver, if it goes lower, prices, and next bull run 250. I think that that's on the table. I would say more closer to $20. I have no interest in buying silver. I sold my silver publicly. I'm a huge silver stacker. I have zero silver. I've been buying silver for a decade. I have zero silver. I sold at $78. I sold at $107. Did I sell the absolute top? No. Do I feel good about my price and my exit? Yes. I have no interest in buying silver until we get back into the 50s. None. Zero. 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 Not a little, not some, not partial. Zero. Well, Bitcoin hit 12K or 100K first? 100K. Is it a good time to DCA? I think so. You think we're close to the bottom? I think so. When do you think we'll be out of the woods? March 10th. What's my next bull target? I just gave it to you, brother. Gold. Yeah, I sold my gold. I sold my silver. I sold my gold at about $4,700. Did we go higher? Yes, we did. Did I accumulate at $1,800? Yes. I have no interest in selling the absolute top. I just want to be in the right flavor. I bought silver at $20. I bought gold at $1,500, $1,800. I sold most of my gold at about $4,700. I sold most of my gold at $107. I have no interest in selling the absolute top. I want to be in the right flavor. That's it. That's it. You just be in the right flavor and you can be all right. Russell's making a recovery. Yes. As professional, I think you can buy rentals and offset crypto gains. Yes, that is the plan. I have a couple. That is, once I move to the farm, the plan is to go more aggressive into that. Yes. And offset for literally what you're talking about, tax purposes, as well as, just having more cash flowing assets that are separate of the volatility of crypto, which I've been very successful in this space. But I want something, you know, that's consistent and not as volatile all the time too. That's separate of that. So that's sort of the plan in 2027, 2026, 2027. You're the real flavor. Thanks for feeding the team. 2026 gonna surprise a lot of people. I agree. Ski, what was your average price on silver? $20. I accumulated silver for a long time. The price targets for VeChain are still the same. I still think we're going to get to 20 plus cents. There you go. Yeah, the Russell is very close to making an all-time high. And my overarching thesis based off of history is gold rotates into the Russell, rotates into crypto. And we've been following this fractal perfectly. We're very close to making an all-time high. This fractal, if it continues to play, would have us late March in the buying climax, which the buying climax was when crypto started taking off. The UTAD was the tippity-dippity top. So we will see. My thing is, I'm terrible at time. I have no idea what time. I'm good at structure and what actually matters. And the numbers. Several are predicting a low in October. Do you agree? No, I do not agree. I strongly disagree. Here's what I know. When most are saying one thing, it's wrong. I know that for a shadow of a doubt. So no. Rich says, I'm here. What's your average on Bitcoin? The last bear market was $22K. $22,000 was my price on the last bear market. My overall price is lower than that, though, because I accumulated in 2018 as well. But the last bear market, my average accumulation price was about $22,000. I sold some at 118K. I wish I would have sold more. That was my plan. I deviated from my own plan. Listen, here, I'll be honest with you guys. I'll be transparent, okay? When we got here, I was very nervous about this price. And I talked a lot about, like, hey, this was my price target. This move right here shook me. I'll be honest. It did. 118K was my target from 20K. And then I had one at 138K was my higher target, and 207 was my maximum target. 118, I took some profit. I should have took more. This move right here, with the higher high to 126, I thought we were going to the 138 2618 target. This move right here threw me for a loop. This one shook me. It was a juke move and it got me. I took profit at 118K. I bought the average price of 22K. I wish I would have sold more, but it's okay. I'm still in profit in 2025. Just like right here for all the silly wheelies saying you wrecked your followers, Ski. January 25th, 2025. I sold XRP and bought land. We can take a look at the price of XRP. January 25th, 2025. I'll tell you what it is. It's a lot higher than it is right now. There you go. So there you go. Still the same. Yeah, I feel comfortable accumulating Bitcoin at these prices. Anything under like 66K, I think, is excellent value. Excellent. And like, I'm not going to be greedy. Like, you just want to be accumulating the right spot and DCAing out at the right spot. You don't have to sell the absolute top. People have this weird like fixation in their brain. They're like, I'm not going to buy until we get to the absolute bottom. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. And then when we get our 1 wick, I'm going to go all in and I'm going to buy everything. And we're going to go. And we're going to go. And we're going to go some more. And when we get to the absolute tippity dippity top, I'm going to sell everything. And it's like, listen, bro, there's going to be one person that buys the absolute bottom. I hope it's you. I really do. One person. One person. There will be one person that sells the absolute top. One person. One person. I hope it is you. I pray it is you. I am praying every one of you buy the absolute bottom and sell the absolute top. I have no interest in it. I have none. I want to be in the right flavor. That's it. I bought the average price of 22K last bear market. I sold my XRP after accumulating the average price of 33 cents at $3.33. I have no interest in selling the top. I have no interest in buying the bottom. I want to be in the right flavor. That's it. I hope that it's you. But, like, I have no interest in doing that. None. 1900. There's some liquidity at 1900 for Ethereum. It turns out the bear theories, were they? They said 30K. Has that been confirmed? I don't know about that. All right, guys. That's going to be it for this time. We're running a Valentine's Day sale. We made $3,000 today trading. We're live trading every single day, Monday through Friday. It's not meant to be entertaining. Like I said, it's not entertaining. I'm literally doing it this way so that I can call out what I'm thinking, why I'm thinking, when I'm thinking, so that we all can scalp the best prices together. As of February right now, we have 7 winning days, 0 losing days. We're up 5,000, 1,285, 3.8K, 6K, 9.5K, and 2.8K for the month of February. We're red hot, baby. Red hot. So we're running a Valentine's Day sale. If you want to get lifetime access to the Telegram group, you guys can hit me in the DMs for that. But that is going to be it for this time, guys. I'll be live probably about the same time tomorrow. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I will never message you first. Those are scammers. I'm not going to message you and ask you for money. Don't get scammed, for the love of God. I'll leave you with this. I feel comfortable accumulating at these prices. Is it the absolute bottom? I don't know. I have no interest in buying the absolute bottom. I just want to be in the right flavor. I think we're in the right flavor. Do whatever your rent can handle, though. Make your own investment thesis. I'm a guy in his basement. All right? Peace, love, prosperity. God first. God bless.